Hello, hello all you happy Z200 and NX800 users. Today I want to show you something about auto and manual exposure. And if you're wondering why I've got my ZV-1 camera on my side clip, I'll go into that in a minute. But normally filming when we're working in manual, as we do, because we're all professionals, you would be up and down on the iris control, just keeping control of everything, or maybe up and down on the ND control, keeping control of the exposure. But one thing I've done for the last 3 weddings, believe it or not, is I've shot in fully automatic. And this is a camera that really does lend itself well to fully automatic. And the reason is, apart from a few other things, is this wonderful variable ND filter, which in auto, when it's working itself in auto, is wonderful when the sun's going in and out. And for lots of other reasons, it's a wonderful thing to have, and it's automatic. But when we get this wonderful automatic camera and flick it over into fully manual, it kind of defeats the purpose of having all these wonderful things that we've got these days, as far as AI goes. Now, I want to show you one thing that Sony unfortunately have excluded from this camera, and I'm sure they've got a reason, but you know, strange things are done for strange reasons, and I cannot understand the reason why they did this. But if you're working in automatic, the normal way to do things is, well, of course you don't fully work in automatic, you're not fully in automatic, you're cheating, because what you do is you point the camera down, or at some kind of area where you've got kind of a neutral quality reflectance, where you're not influenced by blacks or dark colors or very bright color, very bright light. So it's not to do with colors, it's to do with light and dark. You get something with average reflectance qualities in it, such as the ground. And lock the exposure, because when you lock the exposure, you can now tilt the camera up, or tilt it anywhere you want really, and this doesn't happen. Of course, we're not going to be pointing our cameras up at the sky, but we would be pointing them kind of in this direction. And if we could just lock the auto exposure on the ground first, and then pop the camera up and be free to film wherever we want to, then this wonderful AI auto exposure would work properly. So back to ZV-1. Another little 1-inch Sony camera. I actually use this for filming the dancing at the weddings, and the footage is just fine. Again, it's going to do the same thing. It'll be influenced in automatic exposure by areas of bright or dark. So we've got to point it at something with average reflectance qualities. But if you can keep your eye in the bottom right hand corner of the LCD screen, I'm going to press exposure lock. You see the little asterisk that's just come on? Now my ZV-1 is in exposure lock mode because I've pointed it down at the ground. Now I can bring my camera up and I can film away, no problem. It's not going to be affected by bright lights or sky or dark areas. It'll just be perfect exposure locked, and that'll work for a while until I go to another area, another filming situation, and I'll find something then in the other filming situation that I can point the camera at, such as the grass, and take an exposure lock from. And that's how I'll work. I'll work in automatic, but exposure locking all the time. So, Sony, this wonderful feature is called automatic exposure lock. You need to put it on the Z200 if you want us to take advantage of its wonderful automatic capabilities. What's the point in having this wonderful variable ND auto feature when you have to use it in manual? Why? Sorry the video's not polished and shiny. I'm not trying to sell you something, just giving you some information. Bye bye now.